Welcome in, everybody, and welcome to the DBR Nashville SuperSpeedway race that we've got going on this week. Coming back off the All-Star race, these guys with the DBR Cup Series are going to be should be a really good show. I'm James Riles. I've got in the booth with me Mr. Christian Stewart. Mr. Christian, how you doing today?
Doing great. Happy to have you back, man. It's been a couple weeks since we've been in the booth together.
I know, yeah. I went to the actual NASCAR race last week and was able to see Kyle Larson win it all, and of course here, I think who ended up winning this week?
Barrett Coffee.
Barrett Coffee getting the much deserved win last week. So that's awesome. As you got the this is the DBR Music City 200-ish. I didn't communicate well with Chris this week, so I don't know who how far they're going. I guess I'll find out pretty shortly. But I know that the real race here was awesome. It's really good racing, so I'm real excited to see that here today. Excited to see how they handle the flat turns of Nashville Superspeedway. It's a 1.3 mile, so it's kind of a misnomer with the Superspeedway. I think I'm the only one that takes issue with that. Track temperature is 120 degrees, so something to really look out for there. And partly cloudy, which is a lot better than they had in real life, and 88 degrees, so should be fun. Nashville race is a really fun one, so I know this is going to be a good time as they are going to be forming it up. Let's go ahead, and if you want to start off with our grid.
Yeah, sure thing. We got Matt Baker sitting up front in the pole position, the on-target pole award. Ryan Samuelson to his outside. Joseph Lester in that number 9 machine sitting in third. Robert Nestor in fourth. Chad Sander rounding out your top 5 in the 59 machine. Barrett Kofi, your last week's All-Star race winner, sitting in 6th. Alan Hinson in 7th. Matthew Gaskins in 8th. Austin Story in 9th. Josh Ward in 10th. Rounding up your top 10.
And in 11th, we've got Kavaja Holt. Jack Durham in 12th. Seba Cornez in 13th. Dalton Mobley in 14th. In 15th, Nicholas Breidenbach. Dalton Mobley, a new name, in 15th position. Or he's starting 14th, I'm sorry. 17th is going to be Dean Weeks. 18th, Thomas Neal. If we can find him. Everybody's kind of getting sorted out there. Thomas Neal, and in 19th, J.C. Gibson. Followed by Randy Spivey. Topping out your top 20.
And to round out the top or the last of the field is Devin Merdillos. I hope this is a new name. I hope I said that right. Probably not, but he's going to be starting 21st. 22nd is Damon Lester. 23rd, Mike Contino. Lauren Jones in 24th. Jeff O'Rourke in 25th. 26th is going to be Steve Giverston. 27, Dave Regal. Leo Bonacasa in 28th. Donnie Gatton in 29th. Chris Claude in 30th. 31st is going to be Jarrett Small. Derek Jacobs in 32nd.
All right, and finally, Brian Ternowski in 30th. 31st, Danielle Fink, and Kevin Rourke in 32nd. So let's get to the front. They're about to be started in here. Pace lights are off.
There goes the pace car. Coming to restart zone. Green flag will wave. Baker would take him down into turn 1 with Joseph Lester following right behind.
Taking off here. They've made it through turn 2, which is they're already doing better than the actual NASCAR race. I was listening to it on the way in, so Matt Baker's still leading as we got a yellow flag. I spoke too soon.
Well, they got a little further, but they still made it 2 laps. As you see there, the 23 car, I believe that's Austin's Story.
Yep, Austin Story usually rocking that.
That is Austin's Story, the 23 car.
Let's go back up to that yellow flag, see what happened. Oh,
The
yep.
15 and getting into the side there of Story, and I believe that was Damon Lester as well. Damon Lester there behind him. And then 25.
25. It's almost like you told me. There we go.
He got into some trouble there with the 48. Getting loose. Coming out of turn 4. Just knocking Jeff O'Rourke there in the side as well.
So Matt Baker going to stay your race leader there after that incident, with Joseph Lester behind him and Ryan Samuelson in 3rd place.
Are we live?
Should be.
Or is it replay? I think it's replay.
That's replay. Thought you meant broadcasting. I was like, yeah, bud, we are. Welcome to the show.
Well, speaking of broadcasting, we do have Wanda Blevins in the chats saying, watching from Abingdon, Virginia. Watch out for number 9, Go Joseph.
We would like to take this opportunity to, especially Mr. Joseph, go ahead and tell your father Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Appreciate all you do. This is our weekend. Usually just to do yard work and not have to deal with the kids. I get it. So Happy Father's Day to all your fathers. I'll make sure you text them, call them, or buy them a flashlight or something.
Well, mine is upstairs. I've already given him my card, my big hugs, and a thank you for being there. So thank you to all the dads out there. Big old happy Father's Day to every one of you. Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. So Father's Day falls on the same week as my mother's birthday.
That's unfortunate.
Yes, so, and vice versa. My Mother's Day also falls on the same week as my dad's birthday.
Oh wow, that's actually really neat.
So the funny thing about it is my parents are separated, so they always used to fight over who got me as a child for each week.
Yeah,
my dad would want me for his birthday, but it would be Mother's Day as same week, and same thing with my mom's birthday and it being Father's Day. So it's quite an interesting childhood for me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that is definitely interesting, fortuitous.
But today is not about me.
Yeah,
about you guys.
I know. Father's Day for me is just an opportunity to remember how bad I botched Mother's Day. So I get to just chill out. And I like Father's Day. It's a good time. Well deserved. Both parents. Everybody deserves a day where they're, especially parenting. Parenting's rough. So this is for you, fathers.
Mm-hmm. A nice day too. At least here in Virginia. I don't know about where you're at, but definitely a nice day outside. So a nice day to watch some NASCAR and watch these boys here at SNN run around Nashville.
It for sure is. We've already got a couple of people. Jarrett Small in the back there. He's up 10 positions in 21st. So already some people moving, able to get through and be moving through the field as the pace lights are off. They're going to be lining up 2 by 2. The radio is always fun. As Joseph Lester has moved up to 2nd, but he's going to start on the outside here. This is generally where the leaders decided to start the restart in the real race. So it's very exciting to see how those lines are going to develop here. I know they don't have the traction compound in iRacing, so I don't know how they decided to do that, but it should be a good one. I'm trying to decide where you want to start, what you want to do as far as that's concerned. See if the outside line is a little bit, it's not faster, but there's definitely, it's so flat that you don't get much of an advantage on the inside. So we'll see where everyone decides to go here as they take the green in your on target restart zone. Where's Matt Baker's going to go? Take that green flag. Joseph Lester behind him. Ryan Samuelson underneath. Joseph Lester as in the back. Everybody is lining out, trying to find their spot. As everybody is lined out.
Yeah, we got some nice two wide racing action kind of throughout the field.
I was going to focus on Chad Sanders' battle here with Matt Gaskins. Kavaja Holt in that number 4 car.
Yeah, Holt trying to find a little hole there to get by Gaskins. Manages to make it stick down there on the bottoms. Might have a good run going into turn 3 here. It's going to make a move.
Definitely goes underneath. Trying to get past Matt Gaskins. Let's see if he can have it on the outside here. He does not yet. Hasn't cleared him. But still able to hold it down at that bottom. But these, the NASCAR, they were telling that tires didn't make as big a deal as they thought it would here with this track. So it's definitely interesting. It's the concrete racetrack. It's one of 3, I believe, that are concrete. Gets a little bit loose there.
Whoa. They keep it straight. Good job to them.
As this is the 750 horsepower package. Very low downforce, so something else to think about. As Barrett Coffee seems to be coming in and out. So going back up to elite here, Matt Baker got a 3/4 second gap between himself and Joseph Lester. We'll stay on board with Joseph Lester and see if he can make this pass. As he is looking to the bottom side as he switches up Ryan Samuelson. Able to get there.
Yeah, about that tire compound. I do believe iRacing is going to be incorporating that here shortly, within the next few months, if I heard correctly, for the road racing. If they haven't already, I've been out of touch with road racing for quite some months. So, but I did hear that they were in the works or have already incorporated it into road racing. So only a matter of time before they bring it into oval. Although oval, I don't really has many tire compounds. I know most races they usually just run one tire compound, don't they?
I'm talking about the traction spray.
Oh,
the tire compound, the sticky stuff they spray on a lot of these 1.5s. As Nicholas Breidenbach is getting a little bit out of sorts. Versus we're going to see Matthew Gaskins, Jack Durham running in this battle for 6 with a line of cars between them, or behind them, I'm sorry. Jack Durham, Chad Sander, all these guys fighting in those top 10 positions. Got a pass up there, Matt Gaskins trying to take it on Jack Durham. He is getting down there, almost about to make it work, trying to get up to Barrett Coffee. This is one of those tracks where it's really hard to clear. You know, you think you got the pass, and then you come to these straightaways, and it's got to be able to clear up top, as he's going to actually get shuffled back there, as Chad Sanner is going to make it through. As Matt Baker, Ryan Samuelson, and Joseph Lester all 1, 2, 3. This is your battle for third, folks, as Joseph Lester is going to come down below the number 81 car of Ryan Samuelson.
Looked like he almost touched him there a little bit.
He did. Maybe just got a little bit of a run. Wasn't able to switch it out, as we are going to see what they're going to do, you know. And Matt Baker just wants to see them battling it out as much as he can, as he's going to try and step away. He's got a lap car on the wall. Oh, man.
Already getting into some lap traffic here on lap 18 of 150. I'm going to shake some things up.
Yeah, and we saw this in the regular race, too. It's lap traffic seemed to be more of a factor than people thought it would be. You know, running your lap time here is about 31 seconds, pretty average. But with cars getting loose and it being so hot, it's definitely something you have to watch out for, as these two cars are battling it out. Joseph Lester and Ryan Samuelson with about 130 laps to go.
Looks like Ryan Samuelson has either backed off a little bit or trying to cool down his tires, as he's starting to get a little bit of a gap between him and Joseph.
There's Barrett Coffey, Jack Durham behind him. There, Mobley, everybody down the line working. As they're trying to look, probably lap 45 or lap 30, we'll start seeing people pit. Might have some green flag stops here. As we see Jared Small and Randy Spivey getting some work in. Jared Small is up 18 positions, so he's fighting through this field, running 31.07. Pretty quick laps, trying to get through the field. Gibson just, yeah, not as many lines developed as originally thought, as Joseph Lester has made the pass for first, as we missed it. He has made that pass. He's now past Matt Baker, Ryan Samuelson, and the 24 of Nicholas Breidenbeck. A lap car bet in there getting involved. So once we figure out what happened here, let's get back and see. As Joseph Lester, your race leader. Fan favorite. Let's see what happened. Ooh, works that side draft perfectly. Able to get underneath him there. Looks like the 98 tried to look for the crossover, but it wasn't there. Joseph defending it. And he's going to take that lead. As Matt Baker and Ryan Samuelson.
See that 24 car there as well, trying to get his lap back.
Yeah, he's fighting right now for the lap back. He's got fresh tires.
Matt Baker and Ryan Samuelson almost got together.
Barrett Coffey back there looking for the 2-for-1 special.
He's seeing a half-off sale.
As he go on board with the battle between Nicholas Breidenbeck actually has gotten his lap back on those fresh tires. He's still a lap down, so he's 2 laps down. He did have to pit after his contact, but he got one of them back. So if he can get a yellow, that's what he wants to see. As we see some shuffling around back here as Kavaja Holt. Oh, Matthew Gaskin. Oh, my. Jeez Louise, my SDK is just freaking out as we're about to go 3 wide here. The 15, 16, 41. This is the battle for 10th. Seba Cornez and that 16 car. Underneath them is going to be Kavaja Holt. Able to make that happen. So a lot of action going on all over the track here. Of course, Joseph Lester, Ryan Samuelson. This is your 1 and 2. Ryan has made it back up to Joseph. Joseph is just going to let him go on the bottom side. Not trying to get too racy. Let everybody catch him up to him.
Samuelson making the pass on to Lester there.
And we saw this all day. You know, the different cars that are different setups. You know, passing here is one of these things that's very important to be able to do correctly. But there's not a lot of battling through the turns. You know, you either have the really easy pass or the passes that take 2 or 3 laps. You know, there's nothing in between here. Crossover doesn't really work. It's not enough banking to cross over somebody. As everybody's going to be settling out here. Let's see what's going on down here. That 5 car. Alan Henson in the 41.
Oh, makes a dive there on the number 5 of Dean Weeks.
So Alan Henson's going to come out up.
Got one person going down the pit lane right now.
Derek
Looks
Jacobs.
like Derek Jacobs, yeah.
He's a couple laps down, probably just trying to adjust that car, get it the way he wants it to. As of course, as always, we are brought to you by On Target Performance Group. They are a small business consultation group that improves your business performance and business profitability, lower business costs, and get on track for continuous business improvement. So check them out on Target Performance Group. Of course, Ryan Samuelson putting on a good performance and battling with Joseph Lester there. Of course, Outcast Sim Paints is another sponsor that has always stuck with SNN here, Sunday Night Racing. Come back up on the 24, Nicholas Breidenbach. They paint a lot of these cars here. As the number 9 car is going to get to the bumper of the 81. See if he's going to fall in line and just hang out. Who he's going to go with here is he's going to get stuck behind the 24 there for a second. Not going to follow the 81 through.
So how was Texas?
Oh, Texas was fantastic. Texas was great. Took a dad's trip a little bit earlier than Father's Day, but I guess that's what it was. We went down Saturday, the day of the race. Caught it just as it was starting. Caught the open race and then caught the All-Star race. If I was to do it again, I wouldn't probably go to the All-Star race because I took my brother. It was his first NASCAR race ever, so he kind of got robbed of the experience of the full field. But it was great racing. The stages, it looked like it made for some good racing. The way they split it up, so it was pretty good race all around, man. It was a good time for sure. Probably going to the one in October too. as Joseph Lester's going to take the bottom on Ryan Samuelson here, able to make that pass. Gets by him, get down the field there. There's not much else is going on. We got a battle here for 5th. I'm sorry, for 11th. Number 5 car and number 15 car side by side. Number 15 gets a little bit high, comes back down, able to save it. Ooh, out of sorts. Seba Cornez. I'm sorry, is that Kavaja Holt out of sorts? Getting a little bit loose there. JC Gibson and Austin Story also having a battle. Austin running that paint right there. So let's see. These guys have been neck and neck the whole time. Absolutely fantastic racing out of Joseph Lester and Ryan Samuelson.
Yeah, outstanding performance so far by these guys. Able to keep it all clean too. Only one caution so far, and probably just jinxed us. But
Yeah.
36 of 150. I mean, outstanding racing so far. So I do want to give a quick shout out though, real quick to Barrett Kofi, last week's winner for the All-Star race. I know Claude was on vacation, so handed it over to Barrett Kofi to kind of lead that All-Star race. So, like you said at the start of the broadcast, well-deserved win for him last week.
Yeah, I believe he went home with 1,000 pennies. So he won that All-Star race. Big payout for them. As Jack Durham. All these guys pretty lined out. You know, no yellow flag yet. They don't do stages here. So what you see is what you're going to get here is Dalton Mobley in 5th. Matt Baker in 6th. Chad Sanner rounds out your top 7. Matthew Gaskins in 8th. And in 9th is Robert Nestor. Robert Nestor fighting with the number 24. This is a lap car of Nicholas Breitenbach, trying to get back and fight. As we got a wreck here involving Austin Story and Randy Spivey. Austin Story involved in another one. No luck for bad luck. Let's see.
Pit road's gonna be one busy place.
As we see, gets in the wall. Unfortunate, but nothing really. The 22 gets into the wall, gets into Austin Story. As the 22 is having a good run, it just ends up getting out of sorts. Hopefully Austin doesn't have too much damage, as we're going to see everybody coming in. Everybody. Lottie, Dottie, everybody. Pit road is going to be a busy place. Let's see. At pit road exit. We're going to have quite the race here.
A lot of positions to be picked up here too.
See if we have any takers. Oh, no, we're not drag racing off the... Able to get it.
Joseph Lester taking back that one spot.
We're going to have some wave around cars there. As Joseph Lester able to get out in front there in that number 9 car. Followed by the 81 Ryan Samuelson. As your lap cars are going to have their opportunity to come in. So if you want to... we can pull in Ryan Samuelson, see what he's got to say about the track. About what's going on and what our... pit strategy is going to be here. No, he's our in-car reporter for the race.
Just trying to find him here. Ah, I found him. He was hidden. Hey, Ryan Samuelson, this is Christian and James up in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you.
So
Hey, man.
how's the track looking so far, sitting there pretty behind Joseph Lester in that 2 spot?
It feels as good as this track can get. I've struggled for this entire week here, and running up here in second is definitely a shock to me, especially how I ran the past couple days in practice and a bunch of races I did. But um, got the 81 machine feeling pretty good right now. A little tight there towards the end, but I think we'll get there. And that was a fun battle with Joseph, and Barrett's always one to watch.
Yeah, for sure, man. You've so you're our only hope in Go Fast Racing. Or I'm sorry, Field Filler. Which one? Correct me.
Field filler.
Field Filler. So you're their only hope tonight. Everybody's cheering you on. So tell us, what's your pit strategy? What's the laps looking like? I know you volunteered as our in-race reporter, so let us know.
Like, you'll try to go as much as you can on fuel. I mean, I think we can go around 50-ish laps, so we'll try to stretch out to that. Try to divide this race into like thirds, but that caution throws a little bit of a wrench into that. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, pace lights are off, brother. I'll let you get out of here. Let you you got to listen for that RPMs of Joseph, but we appreciate you, man.
No problem.
So there you have it. Ryan Samuelson, our in-race reporter, volunteered today. He says about as good as it's gonna get for Nashville. I don't blame him. Respect that response. So
yeah, concrete racetrack. A lot of these guys aren't used to it. You know, Dover. I believe Dover is concrete, but it's only 1 mile, so 1.3. They was very aggressive on the tires in the Cup. So I'm sure it's similar here as Joseph Lester, Ryan Samuelson, Barrett Coffey, Dalton Mobley, and Jack Durham round out your top 5 coming to green here. As Joseph Lester's going to take off. Oh, we're wrecking.
98 getting spun around. Troublesome night so far for Matt Baker.
As we're going to stay green for now. Able to save it. Going a little off-roading there with Matt Baker in that number 98 car. Unfortunate for him. Let's see. Unfortunately, we don't have too much time to talk about it, as Ryan Samuelson has already made the move on Joseph Lester, going down low. Able to pass Joseph Lester. Barrett Coffey behind him. Dalton Mobley still in 4th as we got through here. We see this battle going on for 8th place. Robert Nestor trying to hold off Devin Medeiros. As we got racing all the way down.
See that 20 car just trying to squeeze in front of the 27 of JC Gibson.
As we are got everybody racing 1 by 1. A little bit of 2 by here. The number 2 car and number 3 car fighting for 19th spot. So I hate to go away from this race lead, though. We've always got a race here as Joseph Lester's battling Barrett Coffey. Barrett Coffey going to go underneath here as we got the yellow flag.
Looks like Brian Tarnowski went off track. Donnie got in crash.
As it seems like we got another instance of yep,
getting tight, hitting that wall, collecting the 14 there. Yeah, 32. Brian getting tight, getting up into the wall and collecting Donnie here in the 14 car.
See that happen pretty consistently in these cars. In this iRacing, it doesn't handle. I guess people complained about them sticking to the wall, and now they don't. Now they bounce off. So it's exactly what happens. Just gets into that wall, not able to save it. as we got. Let's take a look at what Nicholas Breidenbach saw. Whoa, look at those moves.
Barely able to squeeze it by.
As the
Get eyes
24s
on
able to
him.
Make it through. Yeah, for sure. That is Nicholas Breidenbach. So let's see what happened with Matt Baker earlier. I want to go back to that on the replay. Matt Baker getting pushed off track. Make sure we're on the right. This is coming to the green on this last restart. I'm looking at Matt Baker and then number 98. Oh.
A little bit of tire spin?
Well, what is the 43, I believe? Let's take a look at that. I'm sorry, where's Jack Durham? Let's take a look at that green flag again.
Again, just drifting up the track.
Interesting. Let's see. Try one more view of that. See if we can figure out what happened. On board with Jack Durham. Just drifts up and wrecks the number. Who was that? I'm sorry. Just talked about it.
98 of Matt Baker.
Of course, Matt Baker able to save it.
Didn't look like too much damage either done to the 98 car there either. So wasn't able to be lapped. Should be able to come back to this restart. This next restart.
Yeah,
at least still on lead lap.
See any tire spin, just comes up and catches him right in the
43 just starts drifting up the track a little bit.
Interesting. I bet they're talking about that on the radio, trying to decide what happened amongst each other. As we're going to be on board.
Yeah, unfortunately, Matt Baker having a little bit of issues here tonight. Started this race in the front. Now is going to have to claw his way back to the front.
Yeah, it shouldn't be hard. You know, he's a fast racer. He's able to get up there as we got Jack Durham, all these guys moving around. Devin Madero's up 13 positions. Of course, Kevin O'Rourke is your butt kicker move of the racer, or mover of the race. He's in 24th, 24 spots up. Started in 35th. Started dead last, actually.
Yeah, the key for Matt Baker here tonight, yes, he's a fast racer, but he's also got to remember that he can't just run through the pack and run people over. So he's going to have to play this one smart, take strategically, and find spots where he can.
Yeah, and he's fast. He can do it. So we'll see as Ryan Samuelson's going to be starting at the bottom. Joseph Lester in second. Barrett Coffey in third. As we come to your on-target performance restart zone. See if Ryan Samuelson can stay on target. As he is going to take him around. Joseph Lester's. We got more problems back there. Some people just getting a slow start. All these guys checking up.
Going 3 wide into turn 1.
Number 98 car is on the move.
Oh, they get it pinched.
Big wreck. Big wreck here. A lot of people involved. Let's see.
Oh, and the Terry gets another little bit of piece of it.
Everybody. Let's check it out. I saw the 28 was moving through the field. '98 Matt Baker. So let's see. He was who we were watching when that happened. So let's go back to it and see. Live speed. 21. Damon Lester involved. Dave Riggle starting it off. Looks like he just got pushed up the track a little bit. Dave Riggle gets pushed up the track, involved, and way too many people there. 15.
Yeah, 15 trying to find a hole where a hole was not present. 21 getting pushed up the track by the 98.
Chris Claude getting a fun entry into the series as he's unfortunately going to be involved in that as well. Trying to check up.
'61 getting a piece with the 10.
Steve Giberson's view. Let's see what he thinks will happen. Gets turned. Sits straightened out. Danielle Fink finding a way through. There we go. So let's pull Ryan Samuelson in. Or I'm sorry. Let's pull in Chris Claude. Let's talk to him.
Let's see if I can find him. There he is. Chris, this is Christian and James up in the booth. You got us?
Yes, I have you.
How's it going, man? I know James had a question or two for you.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you just got done driving, didn't you? Just got home?
I just got home and I just got in a little incident. So
we saw.
I don't know what happened, but we'll look at it after and see how it all shakes out. There's some other people that have some things that have happened also because of the caution, I believe, as well.
Yeah, I thought
So
I'd do you a favor and pull you out of race chat for a second. You can come chill with us and talk to us in the booth if you'd like.
Yeah, maybe for a minute or two. Still trying to decide how much damage I have, but right now I have to try to get out in front of the pace car. I don't know what difference it makes. I'm already several laps down as it is, but I probably should have just gone ahead and had all of it fixed, but I don't think that it's too bad. I can just come in and have it fixed as I pit along the way.
Well, I know they're coming one to go, man. So congratulations on your vacation and having a successful All-Star race. It looked really good. So I'll let you get back in there if you're going to decide to run it. And if not, you can come hang out with us in the booth. We'd love to have you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you, Chris.
No
All right.
problem.
As Ryan Samuelson and Joseph Lester are going to bring him around town. Again with this starting in the on-target performance restart zone. This is the fourth caution.
Coming to 94 laps to go.
As Chris Cloud does have some work to do. He's 48 laps down. So Chris, you start pushing. You got work to do. As
He wasn't lying. He's quite a few laps down.
More power to him. Good luck. As Ryan Samson's going to bring him Joseph Lester on the right side. Then here they go. Dalton Mobley gets underneath Joseph Lester. Ryan Samuelson gets a really good jump. As we are moving, looks like Matt Gaskin's taking that high line, taking that old Kyle Busch line as we are 3 wide later on down the track. Everybody racing, trying to get those much needed positions here. Track position is super important when you never know when the yellow could come out. Some really good views here of that racing.
Got Brian Tarnowski, Dean Weeks also jumping down on the pit road here.
You see Austin Story trying to make his way back. Everybody, it's weird. You got to race this like a short track because it is a 1.3 and that flat banking. So Matt Baker trying to get these spots all back in a couple laps as he's back up to 11th. Of course, back there we got Austin Story. All these guys trying to fight back.
Yeah, no progressive banking here quite yet. It looks like only like about a 5 to 8% banking.
14.
Is it 14? Okay.
You're like me. We always undervalue it, and 14 is still not a lot.
No, but
so I did the exact same thing. It looks almost dang near flat. Even Martinsville, I think, is 8%.
I think what gets me is the progressive banking because I've seen some 14 degree banking tracks, and they look a lot sharper than that. But they also have progressive banking that go to like 20.
And it's probably shorter too. So this is that 1.3 kind of plays a trick on your mind because you see it. It's a much shorter turn, and it's that banking. So or a longer turn. I'm sorry. So if it was a shorter turn, you see that as we got Thomas Neal and Steve Gimerson actually. Or I'm sorry, Danielle Fink battling back there in 20th. Everybody up here just pushing. All these guys trying to get to the front. Take a look as Matt Baker passes Kevin Rourke.
Oh, 198 getting hit again. Just caught that one on camera.
Oh, just gets in the wall.
Unfortunate.
Gets in the wall, catches Matt Baker. Gonna have to work his way from the back again. As that's really unfortunate for Dave Riggle and Seba Cornez. They came into pit, but they're probably going to get their opportunity to get their lap back here as everybody is most likely going to come in. As Joseph Lester, your race leader. There's a really good battle here with Jack Durham and Dalton Mobley. This is your battle for third. This just happened a couple laps ago. Jack Durham in that 43 Jack Daniels car. Able to stay on that high line with everything going on behind him. Makes that pass. So if you want to pull in Joseph Lester, I know he's pitting right now. Wait for his pit cycle to end, and we'll pull him in and talk to him. I don't really get Joseph in here too much.
We'll go ahead and pull him in once he's pulling out of pit lane. Let him focus completely on the pit.
Yeah, they're going to be fighting here. Same thing, just trying to get positions off pit road. And see those first two pit boxes, they're the ones to watch. As 81's going to get by. Oh, he's going to go back a while. Got some two-tire stops as Joseph Lester goes back. Takes an extra bit. Some extra time there.
Go ahead and pull in Joseph Lester. Joseph, this is Christian and James up in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hey, man. Well, had a really nice battle there for first and second between you and Kofi.
Yeah,
Or
I think
as
it
well,
might have been
Samuelson. Yeah, Samuelson, rather. My bad. And take us through some of that and how the track's been playing out since the start of the race.
Yeah, that was really fun. Just a lot of give and take. It was really fun racing with him, and the track's sort of loose. My car was loosening up as the run went on, but it's not bad. You just got to start backing up your corners as the run goes on, and I'm back in some traffic now that I overshot my pit box and stalled it, so it'll be fun seeing how my car handles in traffic, but we'll see.
Yeah, so that was the deal in the race earlier. They asked Kyle Larson. They said, "How was your car?" And he said, "I don't know. I was never in traffic." So you'll get to find out here as you got not too many lanes. I know you'll make short work of it, man. Be sure to tell your dad Happy Father's Day and good luck for the rest of the race, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
No worries. And Go Faster Racing, correct?
Yeah, and hope to talk to y'all at the end of the race.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. We'll go ahead and send you back as I'm sure pace lights are about to come off. We'll let you fully focus, man.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So Brian Tarnowski, your big winner of pit strategy. He last pitted lap 47, was able to stay. He's actually taking the long pits, starting on old tires, about 20 or 15 lap older tires. Barrett Coffee on 10 lap older tires. So let's see what he can make happen. Pretty much the rest of the field back to 22 has pitted. So he's got 20 cars behind him on fresher tires waiting to attack here.
Yeah, Barrett Coffee also pitted on lap 53, so he's a little bit fresher than Brian Tarnowski there to his outside, but still a little bit older tires. Definitely going to be a fun restart to watch play out.
Yeah, luckily for them, there's two of them on older tires there in the front, so your inside and outside is covered. Let's see what it's going to take here is people being careful, being smart with their tires, being smart with their restart. Try not to get it all in one lap. Hopefully. So we're going to come to the green flag here. Barrett Coffee's going to bring him around. He's no stranger to first place. Let's see what he does here. Stacks him up. It's going down the field. You see everybody trying to fight for position. Fight for that bottom line here. It's Brian Tarnowski getting stuck on the outside. Unfortunately, he's going to get a couple people by him.
Going to go 3Y.
Joseph Lester going to make it happen. Ryan Samuelson coming up on Barrett Coffee. He's been leading most of the race with Joseph Lester, so let's see what he's able to do on Barrett Coffee on older tires. Of course, Barrett has been fast, just hasn't been in the position to make anything of it, been stuck back in the field in that number 4 car. Surprised he didn't go with the Gravedigger, but I'm sure he'll bring the heat next week. Ryan Samuelson back in his number 2 spot that he started on. Everybody having the fastest lap of the race last lap as we get 29.7s as they are running back to back. Oh, Ryan Samuelson gets a little loose. Jack Durham able to take advantage. today. See, let's take a look at Joseph Lester as he's able to back up to 5th, up a couple positions from his start on that restart. As Jack Durham and Ryan Samuelson still battling. Able to try and get that side draft going in that turn. Joseph Lester going to try and get down there and make it where he can follow through the hole as the 43 gets a little bit high. Almost didn't clear him, but able to make it, able to clear him and get through as Joseph Lester, of course, is going to follow right down in that bottom lane. 20 of Devin Medeiros is also hoping to follow through that hole that he's left. You got to get low here, apparently, in the sim. You know, that would have worked. Get a little bit of that traction compound upstairs as Barrett Coffee has been holding off the field on older tires. Everyone behind him has fresh tires. Let's check in. See on Facebook and YouTube, guys. If you're following us on Facebook, this is Sim Racing Media. So we see, oh, Jack. Joseph Lester actually gets caught a little high. Now he's stuck on the top line. Ryan Samuelson below him. Ryan Samuelson's going to tuck in. Going back, we got Robert Nestor battling for 8th and 9th. Side by side there as well. Fighting Austin Story, not wanting to give up that position, still trying to make it work. Able to make the pass. So let's go, of course, Matt Baker. He's a fast mover, making it through, trying to make it through the track again. Of course, when you're doing that, it gets you in spots you don't want to be in. As Johnny Gatton up there. These guys all battling in the back, 18th. There's Joseph Lester. A little bit of a issue there. Let's see what happened. So Joseph Lester pushed back to 13th. Let's see what happened. Oh, come on.
Very unfortunate there for Joseph.
Let's take one more look at that as we're Joseph Lester can't win for losing a lot of the races here, so let's see. Jack Durham. Hate to see that for Joseph and Jack Durham.
Yeah, it looked like Joseph had a nice run coming out of turn 3 there, or turn 2 rather, and came up high, and Durham wanted to close the door on him, but was a little too late.
We got a caution. We got Joseph Lester involved again. Let's see what happened. Just gets a little bit loose, gets the air off that left, and goes around, collects some other cars, and able to get it back there.
It's the commentator's curse.
Yeah,
should have just left him alone.
Yeah, it's bad luck for Joseph. I hate to see it. Able to get some good runs, racing clean, and then get wrecked, unfortunately. So let's get. You know what? I've never talked to Danielle Fink. Let's talk to Danielle Fink in here. I believe I've heard her once. I don't know if we can get Miss Danielle in here.
Danielle Fink, this is Christian and James in the booth. You got us?
Yes, I got you. Can you hear me okay?
We hear you just fine.
So
Go ahead, James.
we hear
I'm-
we hear you. You've been wheeling and dealing, made it through some wrecks, having a good race here in 15th. How's it feeling?
Well, it's a rough start for me, but it once I get going, it feels pretty good. I can tell it falls off at about 21 to 25 laps in, but trying to hang in there the best I can.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, you're up 18 positions so far. You're one of the top movers of the race. So yeah. So how's it? How are you? How are you getting through these wrecks? You're doing fantastic.
That I honestly have no idea. I paint in honor of my grandmother, so I'm sure she's wheeling and dealing with me. So she knows we love this sport so much. And, all this was just for in honor of her.
Yeah. Well, she's on the sim with you, I guess. As we're gonna when you're looking at pitting, what's your pit strategy looking like? If you can share it with us.
Well, in all honesty, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm gonna try to go probably 15 more laps if I can, and just see how these cautions play out and get going on.
Yeah. Well, good luck for the rest of the race, Danielle, and hopefully we don't give you the commentator's course. Hopefully we've used it up, and hopefully we'll talk to you after the race.
All right, thank you so much, you guys.
Thank
No
you.
worries. And before I send you back, I want to make sure I send you back to the right place. If you could tell me the right team.
It is Southeastern Arizona Racing. It should be SEAZ.
Yes, ma'am. All right, I'll send you on back. You have a wonderful race.
Thank you so much.
All right.
So checking in up front, we got Matt Baker in the number 98 car. He's making his way back up through the field, back in 8th position, down from 25th. I think he was 25th, 27th at some point. Devin Medeiros up 18 positions. He's sharing that. As we've got definitely a lot of storylines here to follow. The pace lights are off. They're going to bring him around. Ryan Samuelson staying up front, trying to stay out of trouble is the goal. So let's see what he can do. He's got Matt Gaskins behind him. Devin Medeiros. Austin Story has made his way back up to 4th position. Dalton Mobley, Chad Sander, Lauren Jones, Matt Baker, Alan Henson, and Steve Dardaris.
I did actually just have SDK also say that Sieber Cornez crashed.
Oh,
don't know
you
if
slowed down.
that's,
That's probably what happened.
Okay. So yeah, SDK is messing about.
Yeah, probably just, I guess if he slows down at a certain speed, he's considered a wreck.
He's wrecking.
Yeah. So Ryan Samuelson, Matthew Gaskins, Devin Medeiros bringing you around. Let's see what Ryan's going to do with them here. Going to bunch him up. And he gone. Ryan Samuelson take him around lap 80 at the checkered line. Devin Medeiros able to pick it up in 2nd. Austin Story getting stuck in that high line, getting pushed back to 5th in that 23 car, but able to bring it back around on the 77. Dalton Mobley.
Trying to get a little bit of a side draft there too on Dalton, look like.
Yeah, side drafting super important on these cars. A little bit more dangerous because you don't have a ton of downforce already. It's got the little baby spoiler on it, that high horsepower package. Of course, later on the field, Alan Henson back there battling with Leo Bonacasa and Barrett Coffey. Jeff O'Rourke. Everybody battling. Everybody trying to jostle for position, get to that bottom line. Of course, Danielle Fink, we just talked to her. Robert Nestor behind. She's going to get stuck up high. Able to get it back. Because we've got a race, folks. It's such a wide track, so easy to not get in the right groove or where you need to be or where you feel like you need to be. As the battle back here, Leo Bonacasa, Jeff O'Rourke, go, getting caught. Number 14 car actually getting a little slowed down there, causing a shake-up with Jack Durham, Alan Henson, all of them folks. Jeff O'Rourke getting shuffled back. Lots of action there as we got a battle for P9 as well. Barrett Coffee. Trying to make a move.
I like to see it. A lot of these drivers getting close door to door. Seeing a lot of actions going through some of these turns.
Yeah, you got
Makes it exciting.
Yeah, short track action at 1.5 mile speeds here as Barrett Coffee's trying to make it back. So let's go on board with Barrett Coffee and try and do a turn it up section. Brought to you by Davis Brothers Roofing and Timeless Designs. We don't have their graphic, but they are in the description. Timeless Designs. You can check them out for all your design needs. I believe they do like shoot, drawing a blank here. Oh boy, what is it? Timeless Design. I think it's like prototypes and whatnot. So give them a holler for all your needs. Make sure you get back up there to it. Either way, we're gonna go to a turn it up section here, following Barrett Coffee. kind of fell flat on my face there. As we will turn it up, and I will regroup. So turn up your phones, turn up your laptops, whatever you're watching on. Go ahead and crank your. And we are going to be on board with Barrett Coffee as he's going to make his way through the field and moving around with some different movers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You watched our turned up section as we saw Ryan Samuelson and Barrett Coffey making moves as Barrett Coffey is actually in first place right now. He has inherited your lead. Up 5 positions from start. Really taking it out there. This is Ryan Samuelson. See what happened. See that battle for first. As I'm going to turn off that turn it up section. So let's see when that position change happened. We'll go back and show you a replay. We actually have
Looks like the 49 there. Jack Dorm getting into some trouble, or 43 rather, getting into some trouble again.
yeah, it looks like he connects with, let's see who he's racing here, if we can get our cameraman to pay attention.
He's drinking on the job.
Ooh, 98 car of
Matt
Baker.
In some trouble again.
So let's see what happened here is Jack Durham.
Jumps up into the...
Oh, come on, man. As the 43 car. 43 car trying to get a caution there, and he gets it. As we got the yellow bear coffee, he's going to bring him in. Austin Story is going to bring him in. Everybody's going to pit here except Austin Story.
Yeah, not quite the way you want to get a caution out there, but...
Austin Story, Jeff O'Rourke, everybody getting off.
Yeah, it looks like about 9th on back. Say, everybody gone into pit road. Never mind. Bear Kofi in at 106. Ryan Samuelson, Donnie Gatton, Dalton Mulby, Devin Moritos, Bob Nestor, Chat Center, Matthew Gaskins, all pitted in along with Matt Baker, Leo Bonacasa, Alan Henson, Thomas Neal, Steve Dardaris, Damon Lester, Lauren Jones, Dave Regal, and Brian Tarnowski. And a few more in as well. Only one, Kevin Rourke,
They
who
come
last
in.
pitted on 76, who might come in.
So Barrett Coffey, your leader, Ryan Samuelson second, Donnie Yatton in 13th. Or I'm sorry, third. Do you want to do we have time to pull Donnie Gatton in? Probably 2 to go.
Yeah, they're coming down the back straight 2 to go.
Yeah, we won't. We'll leave him. Dalton Mobley, 4th. Devin Medeiros. A lot of new names here in 5th. This Devin Medeiros, Robert Nestor in 6th. Matthew Gasson in 7th. Chad Sander in 8th. Matt Baker in 9th. Leo Bonacasa in 10th. Alan Henson 11th. Thomas Neal 12th. 13th, Steve Dardaris. Damon Lester having a good race there in 14th. Lauren Jones in 15th, 16th, Dave Regal, Brian Ternowski, 17th, Austin Story, 18th, Seba Cornez in 19th, and Jeff O'Rourke rounding out your top 20.
Barrett Kofi, yeah, back up in the front here. Ryan Samuelson's still sticking here in the front. So last week's winner there, Barrett Kofi, and it's going to be interesting to see what he's got. He's back up here in the front. He was in the front earlier on in the race with old tires and managed to stay up here. So outstanding drive so far by him.
Yeah, it's saying that tires aren't mattering as much as they did. Usually they do on a 1.5. I don't know what the deal is there. Maybe it's just so hot they're burning off for everybody, and it's really not a factor. As we can see, the weather here is track temp is still at 101 miles or 101 degrees.
That is a hot track.
Yeah, so definitely, once you get them tires heated up, there's not much advantage you could gain from new ones after a lap or two. So everybody's running pretty similar lap times. As Donnie Gatton is actually damaged here, I think. So we're going to see if he's able to keep up. As Barrett Coffey is going to bring him around. Ryan Samuelson starting on that outside line. Let's see what he does as we are going racing. Pulls the ghost start and gets going. Donnie Gatton down low in that 14 car.
Tolton Mobley there running in behind. Diving down in front of the 20 car of Devin Morditos. I'm really hoping I'm not butchering this name.
Yeah, Medeiros, I believe.
Yes,
Matt Baker making his way through the field. Same way, pushing up to 6th spot. As Barrett Coffey and Ryan Samuelson have their work cut out for him once he gets there, as I believe he will. Going through the field, of course, there's a couple more battles. We got Damon Lester fighting with Austin Story. Austin Story, one of those with the bad luck of the race, but he's able to make it back and salvage a top 15 to this point.
You know what I think it was? He joined the league the week that I was actually on vacation right before Texas. So I don't believe he was in the All-Star race. So I never actually got to see him racing or see his name. So that's what it is.
Yeah, a couple of these guys joined right when we had the. A lot of these guys had joined for the Coda, I believe, the Coda race, which was the race beforehand, or Sonoma.
Yeah.
So a lot of those guys doing that. Let's see when we get.
I'm sure that race was a fun race to call. We had 2 road courses so far. Well, I guess 3 technically, with the Daytona road course at the beginning of the season, which we were both not active for the league then. I know we missed Coda because of issues with broadcasting. I know you had PC issues. Broadcast went down, and then I miss Sonoma, so I've yet to call a road course.
You lucky duck. No, these guys are actually really good road course racers. I think we got one more on the schedule for NASCAR. I'm not sure.
I believe it's Watkins Glen, actually.
Yep. Got the Glen.
They added that into the season. It's been since 2014, 2012, I believe. One of the 2 years, somewhere in between there, was the last time NASCAR ran in Watkins Glen. And they've already ran Bristol Dirt, but that was the other track that they have not run in, I believe, over 60 years. So
just a lot of history here. Is Dalton Mobley actually making his way to 2nd position as Barrett Coffey in 4th, Ryan Samuelson at 5th. So the way it's shaken out for the championship for SNN, Joseph Stafford is in 1st, but he has not been. He's not racing today. Actually, he'll be racing next week, I believe, but he's just unable to make his day, of course. And 2nd, Ryan Samuelson and Austin Story, both of these guys battling for 3rd, or 2nd and 3rd in the points. So good finishes here. Ryan Samuelson needs another win. If he does, he'll be 1st in the series because both of him and Joseph Stafford share that. Whereas if Austin was able to make it happen, he would be getting up there with Ryan and Joseph with 2 wins. Of course, Matt Baker is the story, though. Matt Baker's just started last week. I'm sorry, the last Sonoma. He started and he dominated that race. He has 1 start, 1 win. He is 100%, so hopefully he can make it back up through the field and make it up to Barrett Coffee and give them a run for their money. Of course, Brian Samuelson giving Dalton Mobley all he can handle in that rearview mirror. Running back through here. So Dcash Gaming, I don't know if you're still here. I don't know when that was, but a lot has happened so far. So to recap it, go sure and watch that replay. As we've got pretty good race going so far. Your race leader, Barrett Coffee, bringing them around. Dalton Mobley. Got about a half-second lead on Dalton Mobley. Ryan Samuelson back there battling him, trying to find. He doesn't really seem to have a long-run car. It's a really short run. Devin Medeiros and Donnie Gatton Jr. in 5th. So Donnie must not be down on power. Might have thought of somebody else. As we're battling for the lapdog position back here, Danielle Fink and Nicholas Breidenbach are your first cars a lap down. Let me make sure I get that correct. Danielle hoping to make it up there to Nicholas. Nicholas had bad luck in the beginning, went a couple laps down, able to make it back up. Of course, Jack Durham. I believe he's in the pits. Derek Jacobs, Dean Weeks. All these guys out here running maybe with some bad luck. As we're getting into some lap traffic, there's the 99 of Kevin Rourke getting lapped. Dalton Mobley, Ryan Samuelson.
Barrett Coffee here putting on a clinic. Almost just under a 1 second gap.
Yeah, out of nowhere. It seemed like he had some bad luck early on. Was been pushed back, fought his way through the field, and able to make it back up to first and catch all these guys. Dalton Mobley having a good race. He's up 12 positions. Ryan Samuelson has been up front all day, always been in the podium. Of course, Devin Medeiros and Donnie Gatton Jr. is your actual hardest charger, brought to you by not AP Cigar. Outcast Sim Paints. Your Outcast Sim Paints Hard Charger Award as he is moving. Of course, we're still got a lot of race stuff, 25 laps. So we'll see what happens as we continue. As we got a battle going on back here for 7th. Matt Baker and is that
Bob
Matthew,
Nestor.
Robert Nestor battling it out there as Matt Baker's able to get by him for 7th position. But not too late here, as we're going to go on your Davis Brothers Roofing roof cam. And go ahead and do another turn it up section so y'all can see this battle and hear it from Robert Nestor's view as he's able to make that happen. We'll keep an eye up front. Actually, as Dalton Mobley's making a pass for 2nd, we're going to go ahead and follow this one. So go ahead and turn it up, folks. I will put it on the roof on that Davis Brothers roof cam, and we will show you what we're doing. And we are back. Barrett Coffee still holding on to that lead with Ryan Samuelson behind him and Dalton Mobley in third place. So Devin Medeiros holding off on fourth. What you saw there, the battle between Matthew Gaskins and Donnie Gatton. Robert Nestor making his way up, of course. Of course, you saw Chad Sander and Matt Baker unfortunately get into the wall there as he has fallen back. Maybe some damage on that number 98 Chevy. We're 16 laps to go. A lot of these guys pit at lap 106, so theoretically they should be able to make it. Might be a little bit of conservation effort as they're going to come to that 15 to go this time around, as we're going to see Dalton Mobley and Devin Medeiros. Yeah, which might speed up racing if we do get a yellow here. We might see a lot of people taking tires if they have any more. Some of these guys have had 3 stops. I don't know how many tire sets they're working with. As everybody's pretty much lined out. We had some good battles while we were on the roof. Robert Nestor really making it work as he's coming back, trying to catch Donnie Gatton Jr. with Matthew Gaskins right behind him. Austin Story passes Matt Baker for 12th. Ryan Samuelson has made his way back up to second. Of course, that's really our big storyline. Barrett Coffee, Ryan Samuelson, these guys both battling for position in the league season standings. Ryan Samuelson 342 points to Barrett Coffee's 350, but Barrett Coffee does not have a win, so he definitely needs a win to get into the playoffs. So we'll see what happens with that. He's definitely holding on. He needs it a lot more than Ryan, so we'll see what he does if he is able to hold on to it with these. Ryan's making a pretty good charge on these cooler conditions. Yeah, lap times are pretty consistent, so everybody's running about the same. Everybody in the top 10 has came in at lap 106. Everybody in the top 20, actually, with the exception of Austin Story, who came in as really shook things up and came in at lap 107. So they're all coming in pretty similar. A couple people passing P8 and got a battle there. Alan Henson trying to hold off Leo Bonacasa. Matthew Gatton says Robert Nestor. Oh, battling here. Robert Nestor, Matthew Gaskins. That's what you like to see. Able to just raise banging and beating up there for a top 5 position. Robert Nestor on the move. Gets it, makes it happen. He is running really fast. He's running a lot faster than the field, actually. 2/10. So he's got too much... Not enough time left, I believe, to make it up, but he is running very quick, as everybody else here, maybe, like you said, maybe doing a little bit of conservations. Ryan Samuelson getting involved in some lap traffic. That's not going to help his cause. It lets Dalton Mobley catch up, as Dalton Mobley's making a move for second in that lap traffic. Mobley getting loose. He loses that outside with the 24 car of Nicholas Breidenbach out there. Oh! Donnie Gatton. Got 79 car. Just gets. Let's see what happens there. Just a little speed disparity there, and didn't have enough time to check up for Donnie Gatton. Let's see, it was that the 79 car. Just did not realize how much slower he was going there. Donnie Gatton, unfortunately, out of the race. So yeah, gonna shake things up. Every single person now coming in to pit road. Ryan Samuelson, Barrett Coffey, everybody coming in trying to get those fresh tires. Is going to be a sprint for the finish. Should be a really good race. All these sun's going down. Track temp is getting much lower. Let's take a look there. See what our track temp actually is. I can look that up, believe it or not. As we're getting, our cameraman has fallen asleep. He's not paying attention. Just going to catch this exit off pit road. This Barrett Coffey able to make it back out. Everybody taking four tires except Matt Baker trying to gamble and get some positions back on the outside. So Barrett Coffey. Baron, Dalton Moonley, Devin Medeiros. Let's pull in Devin Medeiros if we could and figure out his name and see what he's got going on. What about Alan Henson? Let's pull him in.
Alan Henson is a no as well.
Well, I think that's just a sign.
I think so too. I do think he said it in the broadcast booth. Medeiros.
All right. So
Medeiros.
I'm sure we'll talk to him at the end of the race.
He said not Medeiros.
Medeiros.
Medeiros. Okay.
So 5 laps to go. Probably going to be around 3 to go when they come to the line for the green. And then we, I don't know. I think we get overtime, whether I speak it into existence or not, as these guys up front have been fast all day. You've got a combination of those that have stayed up front, and you've got a combination like with Dalton Mobley, Devin, who've made it their way up there. So it's definitely going to, they can drive. So 1 to go here. Barrett Coffey, Dalton Mobley, Ryan Samuelson, Devin Medeiros, Matt Baker, Robert Nestor, Alan Henson, Leo Bonacasa having a good race, up 20 positions. Austin Story in 9th. Matthew Gaskins rounding out your top 10. Behind him, Thomas Neal, Chad Sander, and Lauren Jones. All these guys running pretty consistently. Of course, don't forget Chris Claude started, I think, 30 laps down, and now he is up about 6 positions, so it's worth it to come in and get running. So
Good job to him.
Yeah, kudos on him.
Valiant effort. I know how it feels coming into a race late, having to fight back and at least get some spots while you can.
So Dalton Mobley starting on the outside. He's going to be looking at Barrett Coffey as Barrett Coffey's going to bunch him up, and he's going to get gone. He's going to bring Ryan Samuelson up with him.
Almost looked like Coffey had a little bit of wheel spin there.
Yeah, for sure. As Matt Baker finding out that taking rights takes him left, as he's able to fourth, starting on that inside line. Barrett Coffey keeps both of them behind. Ryan Samuelson and Dalton Mobley fighting behind him for third. 3 laps to go. Ryan Samuelson on the inside. Ooh, not able to clear. 77. Gets into 77, and they're wrecking. Oh, no. 77, 83.
Daniel Fink also catching a little bit of the 81 there, Samuelson.
Let's take a look. Just racing. 77 just gets ahead of him. And then
looks like he's trying to come down to hold that position. 81 kind of comes up.
Unfortunately, is that Robert Nesser getting involved? Dalton Mobley, unfortunately, he was having a really good race there. Not Robert Nestor. Who is that got caught up in that? Of course, that's kind of... So we're going to be going to overtime, folks. And Rourke able to get through there. So Barrett Coffey staying out. Devin Medeiros, Matt Baker. That worked out really well for Matt Baker. Robert Nestor not involved. That wasn't who I thought it was in there. As that's, I think, what Barrett Coffey wanted to see. He has been fast all day. I don't know if he likes Matt Baker behind him. Matt Baker's also been very fast. So we shall see Devin Medeiros finding his way. Or Medeiros, correct? I believe it's Medeiros. Able to make his way back up.
Matt Baker in the 98 also making his way back up.
Yeah, so Matt, he's going to start third. He's going to be on the inside line, advantage Matt Baker. See if he can run it back to back for official races. Of course, Barrett Coffey, he won the All-Star race, so these guys are both fighting for a back-to-back somehow. I believe he said Barrett won.
Yep, Barrett
Coffey
won the All-Star race last week. So he's looking for his first win in the season because the All-Star race last week did not count towards the regular point standings. And Matt Baker, there behind him in the inside, is going to be looking for his second win in a row.
Yeah, Barrett Coffey is actually, if points were not a factor, or if wins were not a factor, he would be 6th. So let's hope he can make it happen. We're rooting for you, Barrett, as you're going to bring him around one more time. Should be a really good race here for the finish. As Matt Baker's
should be this one and then one more overtime.
If they need it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they can make it clean here and get Barrett Coffey. So the way overtime works here, folks, if you don't watch NASCAR, they're going to go green, white, checkered. So they're going to get the green flag. The next flag they're going to get is the white flag. And then the next flag, whether it's yellow or checkered, will finish the race if they make it to that white flag. So that's all Barrett Coffey's hoping to do. He's trying to make it to that white flag, keep everybody behind him. He's got a tire advantage on Matt Baker because the only reason Matt's up there is because he took 2 rights. I assume 2 rights. The lap pit stop at 144 like everybody else did. So look for him to, when he starts, to actually cut down left a little bit, as that right side tire is actually a lot fresher. So he might pop down a little bit as we start. So let's see what happens. Gotta go on board with Devin Medeiros, as he's gonna get your best view of that number 4 car. Seeing what he's doing. He's going to out-jump him. Able to get down below Matt Baker. Perfect for him. Matt Baker not able to keep it there. As Devin Medeiros is going to go high, Matt Baker's going to take the initiative, go low. Barrett Coffey's trying to check out here as these guys are battling it out. Number 98 of Matt Baker. Getting a little push there from Robert Nestor, as Robert Nestor is going to help out and also go follow him down on that low line. Matt Baker. Let's see how many times I can say Matt Baker in 1 minute. As Devin Medeiros stuck in that high line. Robert Nestor as well. As we got somebody in the grass behind him. They're wrecking behind him. He's already taken the white flag. So we'll see. There should not be a yellow flag here as we are battling for second place. This is a 4-car battle for second, folks. Matt Baker, Devin Medeiros, Robert Nestor, Leo Bonacasa trying to get the 2 for 1. Oh, Robert Nestor gets pushed out of it. Matt Baker goes low. Oh, everybody's wrecking behind him. Devin Medeiros, Chad Sanner able to make it through. We checked. Barrett Coffey has taken the checkered flag, by the way, folks. But Devin Medeiros, Chad Sanner, Matt Baker able to salvage a 4th place position somehow. Alan Henson in 5th. Seba Cornez coming out of nowhere with a 6th place finish. Lot to unpack there. As we have, oh man, Robert Nestor. So let's see here. Right at the white flag, Jeff O'Rourke took it. He's going to burn it down. Oh no, okay. So he's going to take it in the grass there, burn it down. Burning down that grass, mowing it for him. Luckily, it's the last race there today. Last race for the weekend at the Nashville SuperSpeedway. On board with your race winner. Barrett Coffey, teammate coming out to greet him there in the 11 of Lauren Jones. As a well-deserved win, as Barrett Coffey blows the motor, making it happen, parking on the NASCAR. So let's take a look. While you guys get that, you get them set up, we're gonna take a look. We got Jeff O'Rourke, some action there for 13th. Seems like just gets loose, turns down. These guys going in, and of course, then we have Matt Baker. In this battle, everybody getting caught up there, and then again tries to block Austin Story. That pushes Austin Story up, and unfortunately not able to recover. Stuck there in the middle with the 17th position. Just fighting for the end there as we. Barrett Coffey takes it. So let's get these guys in here, talk to them, and they all probably might be in driver chat.
Funny thing, I don't think any of the 3 drivers are actually in the Discord. I don't think they are. Oh, there's Barrett Coffee. Kofi. Let's see, Chad Sanner. I don't think Chad Sanner is in there.
We got Barrett Coffee.
Well,
Let's just pull Barrett in.
that's what I was just about to say. Barrett Kofi, this is Christian and James in the booth. Congratulations on that first place finish. Unfortunately, the other two spots are not here quite yet, so we're going to go ahead and just get to you.
Awesome, thank you.
So
congratulations on that huge win, and a win much needed to get you actually into the playoffs. How does it feel?
Man, it feels awesome. You know, Nashville's pretty much my home track, and it honestly did not get a lot of practice this week, was not really gelling with the track, but something really kind of clicked this afternoon, and as we got into that race, just, you know, took tires a couple to kind of got off sequence there in the middle, and man, we had a lot of cautions. There were so many times, as several of us in the front was talking about, you know, we just wanted to race and see how it was going to play out, and, you know, but that's stuff you got to kind of deal with and overcome and figure out what to do on those short runs and restarts. But and man, Ryan and Dalton was a lot of competition all day, and I hate to see either one of them wreck, but it did take a lot of pressure off when that happened there at the end.
Yeah, definitely able to pull away. I know you had a slow start, man. You got stuck in the back there, involved in an accident, I believe. But able to make it back and really race.
Yeah, no. Luckily, I did not get any contact tonight. I just took a weird opportunity to kind of get off sequence with those guys on tires and whatnot. So, but it was a little hairy coming back up through the pack, but it worked out.
Yeah, and I just want to make sure I got the right paint here. You're in the Mobile One paint, or did you change it?
It should be that one. Yeah.
Okay, good. I was just making sure you didn't do the Gravedigger. Didn't go with the Gravedigger.
No, I didn't get it done in time, but that was awesome. Man, Gravedigger was one of my favorites growing up, and I didn't even have a chance to look at trading paints and see if it was out there yet. But I'm usually about a week behind running these paints, so maybe look for it next week.
We'll see you next week. Well, man, congratulations on punching your ticket into the playoffs. You were already in there on points, but now you've doubled down on it. So congratulations. Is there anybody you want to thank? Anybody you want to shout out here?
Yeah, man. Shout out to my team, Lauren and Steve. You know, they're my primary teammates, and you know, Kavaja and Derek and Jarrett are kind of secondary teammates, good friends we race with all the time. And David Love, he's missed a lot of races too this year, but that's why I told Lauren, come do burnouts with me, man. You know, he kind of held them off and did some blocking and pushing for me at the end of that All-Star race last week. I'd have loved if he could have stayed up there and been 1-2, but we've run a lot together, and so I told him come do burnouts with me. It's out there, and just want to give a shout out to all the dads. I know my dad was watching tonight. He does a lot, but I think he was actually watching live tonight. Happy Father's Day to everybody and to my dad, and we'll have to get him a computer because I want to get him on our iRacing with me. So,
for sure, man. Well, yeah, happy Father's Day, man, and good race. Hopefully, we'll see you in here next week.
Absolutely, thank you.
Yep.
All right. Well, that was Barrett Kofi, and I do believe I see our second place finisher, Devin Medeiros. He is muted though. We'll try and see if we can get to him. Devin, I know you're muted, but this is Christian and James up in the booth. Do you copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, congratulations on the P2 finish. Take us through some of the end there. Quite an end, actually, with the big wreck behind you guys.
Yeah, I was down on power from the last wreck with Samuelson and Dalton, and I was like really stressed about that. But I knew I was fast up high, like I could hold people down low. So, and then I think Matt just got into someone behind. It was blocking, and I was able to hold second place.
James?
Yeah, I mean, you did a really good race. I know it's Medeiros, correct?
Yeah, it's Medeiros.
Medeiros. All right, man.
Yeah.
Well, this is your second race with us, I believe, and already finishing second, man. You've got a good feel for it. Able to really weather the storm. How important was pit strategy there?
Well, I wasn't. I was trying to split it in half. I believe we had a caution like at 70, and I didn't know when Mm, well, actually, not too sure. I know Barrett stayed out. Um, I'm actually not too sure. I was
Yeah, I
just trying to.
think he stayed out, and because he had an early pit. I think you were on par with everybody else. But coming in for those last set of tires, how much did that help out?
That helped a lot. Being able to I was decently quick for those like first 5 laps on the fresh set of tires, so that was really nice to get those tires.
Yeah, definitely. Well, man, is there anyone you can thank? Anyone you want to shout out before we get you out of here?
Happy Father's Day. Pay to win setups, Outcast Sim Paints, and that's about all.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on your second place finish, and hopefully we'll see you in here next week.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it, folks. We're going to go ahead and send it off. Going to go through your results here, and then we will see you next week. They're going to be at Pocono, I believe. They follow the NASCAR Racing Series, and they're going to be at Pocono, so Po-Town, as it's called. So we're going to see them there. As we're going to thank you for joining us for the DBR Music City 150. So we're going to get this figured out. There we go.
You want me to go ahead and
Go ahead and
through
do
it?
it. You got this.
So Barrett Coffee is your first place finisher, and I'm back and forth between Kofi and Coffee. I can't pronounce names. I'm very sorry. But your first place finisher, All-Star winner last week, Devin Maduras.
Coffee. Coffee
second.
like the drink.
Okay, all
Yep.
right.
You get
Devin
Madeira's,
Maduras.
I'll get coffee.
Madeira's in seconds. Chad Sander, we did not get to speak to, was not in the Discord channel, but finished third in your last podium there. Matt Baker, fourth. Alan Henson, fifth, rounding out your top five. Super Cornez in sixth. Lauren Jones in seventh. Damian Lester in eighth. Matthew Gaskins in ninth. And your top 10 finishing with Brian Tarnowski.
And then in 11th, you got Kevin Rourke, Dave Riggle, probably Regal, I would imagine. Steve Dardarius, Thomas Neal in 14th, Leo Bonacasa 15th, Robert Nestor 16th, Austin Story 17th, Jeff O'Rourke 18th, 19th, Nicholas Breidenbach, and in 20th, Mike Contino.
Dean Weeks is going to be 21st, Ryan Samuelson in 22nd, 23rd is going to be Dalton Mobley, Daniel Fink 24th, 25th is Donnie Gatton, Chris Cloud in 26th, Steve Giberson in 27th, Jack Durham in 28th, Derek Jacobs in 29th, Randy Spivey in 30th, Joseph Lester in 31st, Kavaja Holt in 32nd, Jarrett Small in 33rd, 35th, or 34th, JC Gibson in 35th, Josh Ward.
And folks, we appreciate you stopping in here today for the Nashville DBR Music City 150, brought to you by Davis Brothers Roofing, ButtKicker, all the other good folks that sponsor this series, On Target Performance, and Outcast Sim Paints. So for Sim Racing Media, I have been James Riles, and Christian Stewart has also been sharing the booth with me. And be sure to come by and see us next week at Pocono. Same time, same place. We will see you then.